Hello everyone, welcome back. Radrover Texans 28, Saints 30. Just finished watching the Monday Night Football game. How y'all doing? Looks like the lights are working, ready to go. So just finished watching Monday Night Football. Texans, Saints. Man, that was a bad beat. Bad beat for the Texans. Anyways, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Looks like the clubhouse is now closed, although they had another Monday Night Football, but it was getting late. It's usually scheduled from 7 to whenever the Monday Night Football game ends, but anyways, for one Monday Night Football game. Okay, I'm all ready, got my gloves on, ready to go, and nothing's happening. Oh, I gotta adjust my helmet mounted headlight here. Alright, now I'm ready to go and nothing's happening. You know why? Because the battery's turned off. That's why. So gotta go dig in my pocket here. Actually my fanny pack. Take off my gloves again. And get the key out. Because I turn the battery off and put it in the position of the lock position so the battery won't come off. So it turns the power off and locks the battery into place. Okay, put the key back in. Turn on the bike. Put the headlight. The headlight that comes with the bike. Turn that on. There you go. Alright, now let's mount the bike again. Get on that saddle. Alright, here we go. Of course, it's nightfall, and yes, it's dark. So this is what night riding is all about here. And I have 4 lights. Okay, 4 lights. I got the Rad Power Bikes light, I got 2 lights on the handlebar extension, and I got another light on my helmet. And subscribe and click the notification bell, please. Thank you very much. While you're at it, why don't you go ahead and like, share, and comment on the video. And thanks again. Thanks for watching. So like I said, I have like 4 lights. 3 of them are the T-Rich light. I like them. They last a long time. I've had them for a year and a half now. They are definitely waterproof, or at least rainproof. I haven't submerged them in water. And they come with a tail light. So they come with the tail light. They come with a headband. That's what I have on the helmet. I kind of wrap it on the helmet a little way. I have a special way of doing it so it doesn't flop around. It still flops around, but as you notice, I don't have my visor on, and I'm gonna flip the map here real soon. There we go. We got the map flipped. Red dot is on the bottom, and it will be going up. So I took the visor off. It's a specialized helmet, a specialized ambush comp, and you could unscrew the plastic screws on them and take off the visor, because with the visor the head strap won't fit. And I have a little bit of Velcro on the back to hold the battery. The model I have on the lights, where they connect with the USB male and female connector from the battery to the cord, is a little different than the current version. The current version will have actually look like a seal where it connects, so it's waterproof. Mine, not quite. It's an older model. Just to let you know, there is a link to Amazon if you're interested in looking at it. Now, night riding is different. It is really different. Although I'm pedaling, I don't know if I was pedaling fast. I'm pedaling consistently, and you know, during the night you don't get a lot of movement in the atmosphere. You know, there's no heat being generated, so everything is basically at a standstill. So I don't quite hit 28 miles an hour for a while. And so if you're aerodynamic, you can probably go a little bit faster, but of course I have the camera and I'm sitting upright, so I'm not going to be too aerodynamic. I like taking this road because it has these newer street lights that are more natural light instead of the yellow or orange light, so you can see a lot better. Now, what you're seeing on the camera is not quite what you're seeing in reality with your eye. I see a lot more during the night than what's shown here on the video, but because the ISO is so high, you get a lot of graininess, and in order to reduce the graininess, I have to lower the exposure so the darks are really dark to compensate for the graininess, and the lighting is way overexposed as well, so that's why I have to lower the exposure so it comes out decently accurate. But just know that it's not this pitch dark at night. It's not that bad, but for the purposes of making a video, I have to lower the exposure. So there's not too much traffic at this time, and it's most likely 82 degrees. I don't know if there were passing clouds or night. I'm sorry. I don't know if there were passing clouds at night, but I don't think you can see any stars with this camera anyway. And I was still wearing my shorts, yes. No, actually I did wear my training pants with the reflectors at the ankle, and they taper down at the ankle, and they have a little zipper at the ankle where you zip down. So I did bring socks, I did bring shoes. I already had shoes and a hat in my pannier bag, so I brought socks and the training pants. So I'm in that transition between summer and fall. I'll probably be doing something like this every Monday night, so I'll probably have something where I need to change clothes, just because during the day, as long as the sun's out, it is still very warm. At night it's a little bit cooler. Plus during the night they have the sprinkler system on, so taking the sidewalks is not really ideal because you're going to get sprayed on. So in this particular case, taking the street is a lot better and faster. Alright, I've gone over the overpass, going 28, 29. Yep, hyper fast. Although I was going downhill. And that was the extent of how fast I went. And that's only because I was going over the overpass, over the railroads. It's going into a decline. I should have kept going on the street, but I decided to just take a familiar route. In some areas it really does get dark because there are no street lights, so I do have to be careful. And I did not have my high visibility vest on, my body armor. Although from this point on I probably will be wearing my body armor just because it has reflective on it. Although the front bag and the rear bag, or the large bag and the small bag, have reflectors on them anyway, so I'm pretty confident they should see me. Plus I have my rear lights on. Yeah, having that head-mounted headlight, very useful, especially when you're making these windy turns. Although the headlights on the handlebar will turn when you turn the handlebar, it doesn't really turn that much, especially when you're moving. It almost stays in line with the fixed light of the Rad Power Bikes light. It slightly turns, slightly, because it's pointed more out in the distance. So having the head-mounted headlight helps, because when I'm making those sharp turns as I go slower, you really need to see where you're going, like right about here. And there are barely any street lights on this road, so it could be this dark. Probably not as dark, but it's pretty dark. Alright, good thing about nightfall or riding at night is hopefully the vehicles will have their headlights on, so when you see a car coming, you can tell very easily by the headlights. I come so close to hitting up against 27 miles an hour here. Now you can see on the street, you can see the water overflowing from the sprinkler system. At least at where I live, at night, they water the grass in the common areas at night, which makes a lot more sense because nobody's out at night anyways. Nobody's running or jogging at night, but probably at home. And you don't get that much evaporation. Now here it gets really, really dark. This is probably the darkest area. No street lights. It's in a area where you don't get a lot of traffic. So this is probably accurate where how dark it really is right here. So I finally get to a main street, and you can see where the street lights are. You can actually see a lot better. Now there's a little speed thing. I'm at 12, but I'm showing like 15 or 16. I might be off by a few seconds or maybe even quarter of a second. The thing I don't like about the app that I use is it doesn't go to 0, so I can't really see or judge the speed. But it showed 12 miles an hour when I made that turn, while I was showing 15, but when I stopped it was at 15 as well. So, but that's just a drawback of using the app. It's a free app, so I'm not going to complain too much. Overall, I do think it is accurate. Once I get moving, I think the speed is correct. It does feel really good at night, even though it's probably 82 degrees. Just having the sun off of you and riding around, it was probably very humid too, but the sun beating on you makes you feel hotter, so not having the sun out, riding at night feels a lot cooler. Although I was probably still sweating and probably still got very hot, but it was nice to ride, let the wind just cool you down. I think I had a car pass me by. Maybe one, I think one car. I'm actually very pleased with the Insta360 ONE stabilization. The best view was probably the helmet mounted view. It offered, I think, the best view. Although I did use the front camera and the rider facing camera. Oh, here's the car that's passed me by. When I ride at night, I think the chest mounted is not so good. It just bounces too much. But I think the Rad Power Bikes light, oh, there's the second car, okay. I think the Rad Power Bikes light pointing at the ground with combination of the two lights on the handlebar and the helmet light helps with the stabilization. Because I'm actually very shocked how stabilized this footage is. Usually when you see the lights, they would be bouncing like crazy. But I do think the Rad Power Bikes light pointing at the ground helps tremendously. Alright, I'm going to take the shortcut because I just want to get home. It's late. I took the shortcut, also gets me off the road, so I feel a little bit safer. It gets bumpy here and the light on the helmet is not fixed on the helmet. It's a headband that's on the helmet, so sometimes it flops down, especially when it gets bumpy. I'm not sure how to resolve that. I only have that issue only when I'm off-roading, so I don't think I'll be off-roading at night. I think that's a little dangerous for my taste. During the fall and during the winter, there's a really good chance you'll be riding at night because the sun sets earlier, and also in some areas the time will fall back an hour, so your time frame will change, where most likely nightfall is probably more, you'll be out in nightfall sooner than later. Alright, home stretch. Man, it just looks so empty at night. So as I turn like this, you can see that my helmet light is very useful, because look where the other three lights are pointing. They're pointing kind of straight ahead. And you know, the helmet light and the light, the T-Rich lights, they were very bright. They are very, very bright. I have it on the brightest setting right now. And you'll see when I get up to the house and underneath the porch, how bright they are. You can see, look how it just gets overexposed now. And this is with the video already adjusted for exposure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. Talk to you all later. Hopefully you'll watch the next episode. Radrover Texans 28, Saints 30. Man, what a bad beat. Anyways, hopefully next Monday night, enjoy next game.